worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just get buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.
How are you?
Great. I'm glad you're here.
Good to hear.
Good.
And is my understanding there's no defendants on the list today? If may the court clarify with the jail?
Well, we'll wait till they bring somebody down if they do, and we can ask. But
Thank you.
Felonies. Judge, we believe that there are no Spanish speakers today.
okay, so I guess we'll let the interpreter go, and hopefully nobody will decide that's what they need when they come down.
What's your name? Melissa Wallace.
May the interpreter get disconnected, Your Honor?
Yes, you may be disconnected.
Thank you.
Stephen refused court today.
Oh, Judge, Mr. Lopata refused today.
Okay. Isn't he the one that's still like in quarantine? Is he now refusing, or is he still in quarantine?
He was cleared, Your Honor, but he refused.
All right, well, to reset him to tonight, I would encourage you to use whatever strong, non-stressful means you can encourage him to come down. I'll be here again.
Judge, it looks like there's a DOC hold. If you're willing to waive his presence, I think we can just get his condition set.
I would like to give him one more chance. I am always concerned when they don't want to come down. I know that unfortunately, you have to sit next to them, but in the sense that something bad could happen to you, and I feel bad about that. But, you know, I've done this for 40 some years, and I think I don't want to be open to the thing that we're somehow limiting them. So sometimes if people are in jail for a few days, their attitude improves where they want to get out and see other human beings, so they might want to come down and get the benefit of counsel. So I will give it one more try tonight, and if not, then I'll do it tonight because I'll be here tonight too.
And Judge, they do take good care of us over here, so we're not worried.
Oh, I didn't say you were worried. I've been locked in cells with inmates, more than you can ever imagine when I was an attorney and in state prison too. So one time they locked me in the holding cell for 3 hours and they forgot about me with the inmates in Maricopa County. So we had a good visit though. Are you Miss Wallace?
Yes, sir.
I am Judge
Same.
Hazel. You're here
Hello.
today because you're charged with taking the identity of another and possession of narcotic drug. My understanding is you're being held on something else as well. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
She's
right.
from county. Yes, and that's the thing that's holding is the county time.
Yeah, but I was supposed to get out Wednesday.
Okay.
Do we have a county attorney on the line today?
Yes, Your Honor, good morning.
Good morning. What is the county attorney's recommendation in this matter?
Your Honor, the state is recommending $5,000 with pretrial service, and that'll be based on the defendant's history. She has a history of theft and forgery, similar offenses. She's currently also, she has a probation hold for similar offenses. She has another case that is pending with similar charges as well.
What would the defense like to?
Judge, we're asking, so Miss, okay, oh, sorry, I know it's okay, it's okay. We're asking that Miss Wallace is, either released to pretrial services or a nominal bond. She's currently being held on, county charges, or in the Pima County Jail. She's done on Wednesday and she's scheduled to go to rehab on Thursday. So this is the thing that's, if you don't get out today, you're not gonna rehab on.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have dead for me and everything. I've been here for 4 months.
So Judge, she's been in custody for 4 months. She's scheduled to get out on Wednesday and go to rehab. She has a bed set. And she does have a nonviolent history. Judge, she is 45 years old and her oldest arrest is from 2003. So this is recent, criminal history. Also, she does have nonviolent history. So we're asking that she's released to pretrial services so that when she gets out on Thursday, she's able to go to rehab. Or if you're not inclined, we're asking for a $500 bond for time credit.
What I'm gonna do is set this matter for preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30. I'm gonna set a $2,000 secured bond, with the condition that that bond is posted, released through pretrial. Since that preliminary hearing is happening relatively quickly, of course, within 10 days, standard release conditions will apply. No contact with any victims. Don't return to the incident location. Don't drive without a valid license. No alcohol, no drugs. Follow the recommendation of pretrial services. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. So ma'am, your new court date will be on the 25th, which is a week from Tuesday. And
So I won't. Yeah, I can't go to rehab then?
well, if you post the bond, you can be released, but it may be in your interest. You can talk to your attorney. It's not for me to give you legal advice, but it may be better that you begin the process to resolve this before it gets too far down the road.
I can't pay the bond. On your attorney on Tuesday, and I've been waiting for 4 months for this.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so who do we think we're going to get next? Why did we do? Hi, can I have your name?
Timothy Daniel Black.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a couple things going on. You have a warrant out of Green Valley Justice Court for a charge of trespassing. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of February the 27th at 8:30 in the morning. You must appear at that time. Standard release conditions will apply.
Thank you.
You have another case from Sarita, I believe. You have a case out of Sarita that you failed to appear. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March 11th at 8:30 in the morning in Sarita. You must appear. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll be released. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Frankie.
Yes. Este principale bus.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Lisa Defensive Glass.
Okay, you're here today on a charge of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I'm Judge Hazel. Good morning. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date in Green Valley on the 27th of February at 8:30 in the morning in Green Valley Justice Court in Green Valley. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence. You must appear at your next court date or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're being released. Make sure you make your court date on the 27th. All right?
Can I have something in writing?
You will. We're going to send it over. Yes, absolutely. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Johnston. Nope, that the Primos outside.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Naomi Johnston.
You're here today on charges of domestic violence, disorder, assault. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yeah.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on March 17th at 10:30 in the morning in Pima County Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, commit no acts of domestic violence. Other conditions are no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. If you have property at that location, you can return with the police and get that property. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
You're being released. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I think it is.
That's just.
Yeah.
I guess so. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I never had him to begin with. He was holding them all. He was fogging them up.
What's your last name? Lopez.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Lopez.
George Lopez?
Yeah.
We have multiple Lopez today, so I want to make sure we have the right one. Good morning. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date in Pima County Justice Court on March 17th. You must appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact or don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence. So you are being released, but you must make your next court date on the 17th of March. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you.
So, but when am I gonna get released?
That's up to the jail sometime probably later this afternoon.
All right, thank you.
Marshall Leo. What?
Marshall, yeah.
Yeah. To put in.
Your head, but I have no idea. See, seriously, we're not making it there. No, what? First one. Cigarette. I was saying,
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Leah Marshall.
This is Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a warrant out of Oro Valley Town Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
What I'm gonna do is, set your bond at $100 and give you a new court date of next Wednesday, the 19th at 10:30 a.m. I'm gonna appoint an attorney to represent you. His name is Richard Glenn. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court. Standard release conditions will apply. If you don't post the bond, you'll be seen by video appearance next Wednesday with the assistance of your attorney, Mr. Glenn. Do you have any questions,
Okay.
ma'am?
I don't think so.
Looks like you also have a ticket out of City of Tucson, or a warrant out of the City of Tucson. So.
Yeah.
Well, I will be the judge. She'll be released. On your City of Tucson case, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 18th. Because your Oro Valley case will be resolved prior to that time.
Right.
So you need to appear on March 18th in the City of Tucson, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm with this one right and great.
Okay, ma'am. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Aguilera. Listen.
On that one, can you add the, can I have your name, please?
Jaden Aguilera.
Good morning. I'm Judge Hazel. Let me get your file here.
Good morning.
You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct and criminal damage. Domestic, you're here.
Yes.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 18th at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't consume alcohol, possess no weapons, and commit no acts of domestic violence. So you're going to be released. Do you understand?
Yeah. What if I live with the victim?
Well, they said that they want contact with you, so I'm going to allow that. But
Okay.
obviously, I need to tell you, you got to make sure you don't come back again tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to release you, but make sure you make your court date and commit no other crimes while on release, because if you do, that could be a condition to keep you for future hearings. Okay, so don't let that happen. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're going to be released. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Gambas.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Juliana Campos.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 18th at 1 p.m. in Tucson City Court. Conditions of release will be no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, commit no acts of domestic violence, possess no alcohol, possess no firearms, remain law abiding. Do you understand these conditions of release?
Yes.
So you're going to be released. Just make sure you make those court dates, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where it happened, it's my home. I live there alone. Nobody's there. Can I go back?
You can't have any contact with the victims.
No, they're not there.
All right, so then you can go back.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Hi, can I have your name?
I'm Frankie Dorame.
Hi. Okay. You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct fighting. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 18th at 1:30 PM in Tucson City Court with the standard conditions that you appear at all future court hearings, that you possess no alcohol, commit no acts of domestic violence, and possess no firearms. So you're going to be released and be given a new court date of March the 18th at 1:30 PM. Okay?
Thank you.
You have any questions?
No.
Yeah. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Hi, can I have your name?
Angel Esquivel.
Take your arms
Good morning, I'm Judge Hazel, and you're here today because you have a number of warrants for your arrest. Do you understand why you're here today out of Tucson City Court of threats, criminal damage, paraphernalia, trespass, and reckless burning? Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to do is set a $500 cash secured bond in your case. I'm going to give you a new court date for video review on February the 25th at 1:45 PM. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. If you post the bond, you will be released and your new court date will be the March the 14th. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the victim location, remain law abiding, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. So your total bond is $500 and your next court date is the 25th. You have any questions?
No.
Okay, good luck to you. Is this?
Unfortunately, no. The last raise.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Ruben Goyes Reyes.
Okay, hi, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct your initial appearance today on cases out of Tucson City Court. So you have cases of shoplifting, disorderly conduct, paraphernalia, failure to appear, resisting arrest, criminal trespass, some more trespass and some more paraphernalia. You were on probation in Tucson City Court. Tucson City Court has filed a petition to revoke your probation. What I am going to do in this case is set your matter for a video review on February the 24th at 1:45 PM in the afternoon. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you, and standard conditions of release are going to apply if you post the bond. If you don't post the bond, you'll see the judge on the 24th. If you do post the bond, you must appear in court on April the 1st. So your total bond is $500 and there is a pending probation violation pending against you. Do you have any questions?
Am I free to go today?
No, I set your bond at $500.
What does that mean? Like, so,
If you post $500, you'll be released. If you use a bonding agent, it can be less, but you'd have to, there's phone numbers there that you can use to find that. Okay?
wait, so like, so I have to call someone, right?
Yes, you can call somebody and they can help you.
Oh, okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Wait, so I'm still gonna be released today?
No, your bond is $500.
Okay.
Let's
Let's go back out there.
Logans, yes.
How's it going, sir?
Hi, can I have your name, please?
It's Wesley Loggins, Loggins Zipper, actually.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct and criminal damage. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, I understand why I'm here today, sir.
All right, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 18th with the following conditions. Remain law-abiding, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no contact with any victims, don't return to the victim location. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. You said that was the 18th, correct?
Yes, you'll get a copy of it.
All right, thank you.
All right, you have a good day.
Luna.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jose Luna?
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct, assault, or disorderly conduct. I am going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 17th at 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to this, don't commit any acts of domestic violence, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. So you are being released, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks.
What's your last name?
Warren?
Hi, can I have your name?
Austin Warren?
Hey, hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of threats, disorderly conduct, and possession of drug paraphernalia with out of Tucson City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date in Tucson City Court at March the 18th at 1:45 p.m. Standard conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, commit no acts of domestic violence. So you're going to be released and you have a new court date of March the 18th. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hi, can I have your name?
Alexandra Guadalupe Laureles.
Can I have your name again, please?
Alexandra Laureles. It's 106, Your Honor.
Okay, you're here today because you have a warrant out of Tucson City Court I'm going to release you. Give you a new court date of March the 17th at 2 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. So you are being released. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, one way to.
Yeah, just for today. So we're just.
Can I have your name, please?
Charles Bendig.
Judge, if we may waive reading for Mr. Bendig.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Bendick, let me get your case up on the computer. Does the county attorney have a position on his charges?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending $50,000 with pretrial service. The state does acknowledge the defendant does not have a criminal record. Nonetheless, the recommendation is based on the nature of the offense, the potential risk for the continual risk to the victim, the age of the victim, and the injuries sustained by the victim.
Okay. Right. What injuries? You're not looking for it.
All right, what does counsel for the defendant say?
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Bendig is released to pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, a much lower bond. He is fully employed. As the state said, he has no criminal history at 47, and he has rented a motel room so you can stay away from the victim in this case. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services or a significantly lower bond.
I'm going to take the following actions in this case. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 p.m. I'm appointing counsel in this matter. I'm going to set a bond at $5,000 cash secured if released through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the incident location. There is property. They may return once with police to get that. The other condition is no unsupervised contact with minors. So, sir, your next court date is the 25th for a preliminary hearing. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear at all future court hearings or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you have?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir, not this time.
And
All right,
Judge,
thank you.
the public defender is appointed?
Yeah. Next should be Gloria Lopez. What number would that be? Can I have your name, please?
Hi, good morning. My name is Gloria Haiti Lopez.
Okay, you're here today on new charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence, and you also have a case out of Tucson City Court. And then you also, I believe, have a warrant out of Justice Court. So on your new Tucson City Court, I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to appoint Janet Altschuler to be your lawyer. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 cash secured. I'm going to give you a new court date of Tuesday, the 18th, with Judge Steele at 1 p.m. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court. Standard release conditions are no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. Standard conditions of no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. So on that case, your bond is set at $1,000. Let's go on to your other case. You also had a warrant out of Tucson City, Justice Court. I'm going to give you the same date, time, and bond, and appoint the same lawyer with same conditions. So those two Justice Court cases will be heard the 18th, 3 days from now, with a total bond of $2,000. Let's go on to your case out of Tucson City Court. You have a warrant out of City of Tucson on a post-adjudicated case. I'm going to order that you be released on that charge. And set that for a non-transport review.
What does that mean, Your Honor?
You're going to be seen. You may be seen on video, but they're going to look at the status of your case.
Okay,
On March the 25th at 9 a.m. If you are released, you must appear on the 24th at 9:30. Okay, all right, also be the same date, okay?
okay, so 2 courts for Tuesday, the 18th, and then 1 for March 24th?
Yes.
Okay,
Hand that other one back. All right, good luck to you.
thank you, Your Honor.
You need this, right? Mike, can I get your name, please?
Martin Martinez.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have warrants first out of the city of South Tucson. On that warrant, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. That new court date is going to be March the 4th at 10 a.m. in South Tucson City Court. So on that one, you're being released. Let's look at your City of Tucson case now. Like you have a warrant out of City of Tucson as well. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 25th at 9 a.m. in Tucson City Court. So you're going to be released on all your cases, but you must appear at your next court date. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to be
Yes.
released. Good luck to you then.
Okay, thank you. Being released?
Yeah, but you have we'll talk about
The spirit work.
Huh?
you have a whole spirit court.
We were staying, oh, if I'm staying over. Yeah.
Come on, Martin.
I don't want to go back in there. I'm not going back in there. No. It's freezing in there. I'm freezing. It's cold. I'm freezing there. I'm freezing. No, I'm freezing there. I'm freezing in the freeze. No, please, no. No, please, no. Please, no. Please, no.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Lodging Bermudez.
Hey, hi, I'm Judge Hazel. We're here today to conduct an initial appearance in your charge. You're here today on charges of aggravated domestic violence. Does the state have a position in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending a $15,000 bond with pretrial services. That will be based on the concern. The victim also has concerns for safety reasons. Defendant being a continual risk to the victim. She has a significant history for domestic violence, including misdemeanors and felonies, being on probation for both misdemeanor and a felony case, also involving domestic violence, separate victims. There's multiple victims in this case, and the way she entered the victim's home, forced entry, a higher bond is recommended.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, we're asking that Ms. Bermudez is released to pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, to $2,000 bond. She's a lifelong resident of Tucson, and if she were released, she'd go to her sister's house.
All right, I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender. I'm going to set a secured cash secured bond in the amount of $5,000. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't go to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, and no acts of domestic violence. So, ma'am, your next court date is the 25th, and your bond has been set at $5,000. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Fabian.
Can I have your name, please?
Juan Carrion.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a position in this matter?
The state will recommend release to pretrial service, Your Honor, and based on the defendant's violent prior, he does not qualify for steps court.
He does not qualify?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, we're also asking that Mr. Carrion is released to pretrial services. And given that pretrial services identified him as possibly eligible, we're asking for a steps hearing so that he can be screened, so that he can be screened there.
And Your Honor, the case was already screened. I did have communication with supervisor for the steps hearing, the step court, and that was in the agreement that he is disqualified.
All right, well, I'm going to release him and give him a new preliminary hearing on March 7th. Through pretrial services, standard release conditions will apply. I'm only appointing the Office of the Public Defender, so the conditions are no alcohol, no drugs, don't drive without a valid license, no firearms. Sir, you are going to be released, but you must appear on your next court date on March the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a good day. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Skylar Baringa.
You're here today. Good morning. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
Does the state have a position in this matter?
The state is recommending release to pretrial service, Your Honor. In addition, if she willing to also waive time, we're recommending for step court screening.
Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, yes, we're also asking for pretrial services, and Ms. Baringa does waive time for steps.
Okay, ma'am, as your attorney probably explained to you, you're eligible for a diversion program that, if completed, could result in the dismissal of your charges. What I'm going to do is set your matter for a step or a diversion hearing on the 24th at 9 a.m. And I'm going to order that you be released. I'm going to set your matter for a preliminary hearing on the 1st of April at 1:30 p.m. And again, standard release conditions are going to apply, and I'm also appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you. So you're in court on the 24th. You have to get there. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on, the judge is gonna ask you for your name in a little bit.
You told him I had work today, or
What was that?
you told him I had work today?
I'm sorry.
You told me I had work.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm just waiting until he asks those questions.
I can't work. I'll make work.
Can I have your name, please?
Martin Gale Franklin Jr.
Okay, you're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest out of Sierra Vista,
Uh,
a class 6 felony out of Sierra Vista.
yeah, yeah.
Does the state have a position in this matter?
The state will submit, Your Honor, for the out-of-county recommendation.
Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that Mr. Franklin is released to pretrial services with the instruction to contact court in Sierra Vista. He is employed. He's working at Food City and Dollar Tree. He has his brother's support, and his brother will help him get to court.
I'm going to set this for a review hearing on the 14th. I'm going to set the bond at $500. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. I'm setting a review hearing so that arrangements can be made for him to be picked up.
So they're gonna come pick you up, okay?
Yeah.
They're gonna come pick you up.
If you post a
Yeah.
bond, sir, you must appear in court in Sierra Vista and contact that court and get that date. Good luck to you.
Thanks, sir. What's your brother?
Good morning. Can I have your name, please?
Miguel Guzman.
I'm sorry, could you say it a little slower for me, please?
Miguel Guzman.
Okay, good morning. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here
Wow.
today on charges of stalking, aggravated stalking, and you also have Tucson City Court cases of DV. We do have a victim on the line on this felony case, but first I would like to hear from the county attorney.
Your Honor, the state is recommending a bond of $20,000 with pretrial service. That will be based on the nature of the offense, the ongoing harassment against the victim to the point that it's 150 calls being reported within a day. He's constantly seeking for the victim, preventing her from moving from her vehicle. There is a concern for a continued risk. In addition, the form does indicate a high risk, also considering the defendant having two separate order of protections, different victims, and that will be the state's recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, what about the attorney for the defendant?
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Guzman's released to pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, a lower bond. Pretrial services identified him as a level 1, which is the lowest level of supervision needs. He's fully employed. He's a lifelong resident of Tucson. He does not reside with the victim. He lives with his mother and he's her caretaker. She has cancer. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services or a lower bond.
Okay. And then we do have a victim on the phone or on the line. If that person's still with us, can you state your name, please?
Yes, Your Honor, my name is Irma Valentine.
Okay. Good morning. I'm Judge Hazel. What would you like to tell me? Just address your comments to me, please.
I don't feel safe for you guys to be released. Because he's been stalking me. I'm so paranoid all the time that he's gonna show up like he did at my job last Monday. I can't sleep. I don't feel comfortable. yesterday when the police were over, they asked me if I knew a person named Claudia. I told them yes. He told me that that was his ex-girlfriend's name. I asked the officer if and she also had an order of protection on him. He told me that he couldn't disclose that information, but that it seems that he's a repeat offender, and I honestly don't feel safe.
Okay, so you're asking that he be held then, is that correct?
He should be punished.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you want to tell me at this time?
I don't want any contact from him or from his family or anybody.
Okay, thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
All right, sir, what I'm going to do is set a $7,500 cash secured bond. If bond is posted, I'm going to order you to be supervised by pretrial services. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. All right, you have also you have a case out of the city of Tucson. That's the DUI ticket that you got. On that charge, I am going to release you, but I'm going to set it for a video review on March the 21st. You must appear at that time. And I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in that matter. So, sir, your next court date is going to be the 25th, okay? Good luck to you. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Caleb Heinzen.
Okay, you're here today on charges of aggravated assault causing serious physical injury. The state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending $100,000 with pretrial service. That's based on the inherent nature of the offense, the injuries the victim sustained, currently hospitalized with critical conditions, the violent nature, and the acts that the defendant committed. There's also an NVCA flag. He does have 2 prior convictions. I'm also seeing that he is currently on probation from out of county matter, pending expiration until 2027. There's also limited community ties, Your Honor, as he's been in Tucson for 1 month. Based on those reasons, Your Honor, and continued risk to the victim, I have bond is recommended.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Hinesley is released to pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, a lower bond. He is employed. He does have confirmed housing with his father. Even though Mr. Hinesley has lived here for a month, his father has lived in Tucson for 20 years, and that's with whom he's living. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services or a much lower bond if you're not inclined.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to do the following. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set a $50,000 cash secured bond if released, then supervision through pretrial. Standard release conditions will apply, including don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, commit no acts of violence, no firearms, no weapons, no contact with any victims, and don't have any contact with the victim. And I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender in this matter. So, sir, your next court date is going to be the 25th. You must appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Please. Johnson.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of aggravated domestic violence, aggravated harassment. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Does the county attorney have a position on this matter?
Your Honor, the state is recommending $15,000 with pretrial service based on the defendant's significant DV criminal history, multiple victims before the court this morning. In addition, there is also concerns for ongoing continued risk to the victim, also highlighting the fact that there was a knife. The victim attempted to remove that knife from the defendant. He has multiple cases pending, both in felony and misdemeanors, including probation violations for a felony warrant, also for, actually, it's not on warrant status, Ron, I do apologize. He's currently pending probation on a DV matter on a felony, but also including a probation on a misdemeanor case. So there's a continued risk and multiple victims in this case.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
We're asking that Mr. Johnson is released to pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, a $2,000 bond. Pretrial services identified him as a level 1, which is the lowest level of supervision needs. He has ties to Tucson, and if he were released, he'd go to his aunt's house. He has a good relationship with her, and he has reason to believe that he could live with her. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services or a $2,000.
Thank you. I'm going to do the following in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set a total secured bond, cash secured bond, in the amount of $10,000. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Standard release conditions will apply, including no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no contact with any victims, and don't return to the scene of the crime. So, sir, your next court date is February the 25th at 1:30 p.m. If you post the bond, you must appear in court or a warrant will issue for your arrest. If you do post the bond, you'll be supervised by pretrial services. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, good luck to you.
I'll see what the matter. Lopez Soto.
Hello.
Hi. You're here today. I'm Judge Hazel. Good morning. You're here today on possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
The state have a recommendation in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending pretrial service release in addition with time waive, a step for here.
Okay, attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're also asking for pretrial and waive time for a steps hearing.
Okay, sir, the attorneys are requesting that you be screened for a diversion program that would allow you to complete that and have your case dismissed. And we would set that hearing on April the 1st. I am going to release you then and give you a hearing on the diversion program on the 24th at 9 a.m. and then a preliminary hearing on April the 1st. Do you understand that you need to make these court dates?
Yes, sir.
And I'm appointing the Office of the Legal Defender in this case to represent you with standard release conditions, including no driving without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're going to be released then. Good luck to you.
Green.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
John Marie.
So you're here today on charges. You have new charges of criminal damage, assault, domestic violence, and you have cases out of City of Tucson or new assault charges out of Justice Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
State have a position in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is recommending a $10,000 bond with pretrial service based on the nature of the offenses, including also the fact that he is currently on probation on a separate DV felony offense, for which it does also include a dangerous instrument. Based on that, Your Honor, and including this offense, technically also is in part DV, as there is that damage to the property. He does pose a risk to the victims.
All right, what does the public defender have to say?
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Marin is released to pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, a $2,000 bond. Pretrial services identified him as level 1, which is the lowest level of supervision needs. He is fully employed. He's a manager at a car wash. He has lifelong ties to Tucson. And if he were released, he'd go to his boss's house, and his boss has offered to allow him to stay with him in the past. So we're asking for pretrial services, or if you're not inclined, to $2,000.
Okay, thank you. So first, on the felony matter, I am going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to set a $7,500 secured bond, cash secured. If bond is posted, released through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no firearms, no alcohol, no weapons. And then on, let's go on to your, go ahead.
Public defender appointed.
Yes, public defender, yes. And then on your other case that you have out of justice court, I'm going to set the bond at $200, appoint Anna Dennis to be your lawyer, and give you a new court date on that on Tuesday. So you can get credit for being in custody, and they can take the next appropriate step. Standard release conditions will apply on that as well. Good luck to you.
Judge, just for clarity, his next hearing on the misdemeanor is going to be February 18th?
Yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Cesar Montes.
Charges promoting prison contraband as a felony, and then you have criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and threats charges out of justice court.
Have to listen. You're just listening right now.
The state have a position in this matter?
The state will recommend release to pretrial service, Your Honor.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're also requesting release to pretrial services.
Okay, sir, I'm going to release you on your felony matter. Standard conditions will apply. You'll be supervised through pretrial services. No firearms, no alcohol, no drugs. Don't drive without a valid license. I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on March 7th at 1:30 p.m. So you are being released on those charges. And then on your misdemeanor charges out of justice court, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of March the 17th at 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. I'm sorry, in justice court with Judge Foster here at the justice court in downtown Tucson. You must appear at that time. Do you understand that you have future court dates and you must appear at those?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I want to know my charges again.
So
Go ahead, counsel, if you want to tell them.
you're
Go.
Good luck to you.
Pacheco?
Good morning. Can I have your name, please?
Damian Pacheco.
You're here today on a felony or aggravated DUI charge. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
All right. Attorney for the state, do you have a position?
As Your Honor, the state is recommending a $5,000 bond with pretrial services. I do acknowledge the defendant does lack criminal history. Nonetheless, he was driving on a suspended license. He had a PBT of a .109. In addition, he was driving erratically in front of the law enforcement officer while pedestrians were crossing. The defendant was driving erratically, so he does pose a risk to the community.
Okay, attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Pacheco is released to pretrial services. Pretrial services identified him as a level 1, lowest level supervision needs, and also this is a non-violent felony. He is fully employed. He's a manager at McDonald's, and he's scheduled to work this week. He has no criminal history, and if you're released, you go to his mother's house, and he has lifelong ties to Tucson. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services.
Okay, thank you. Sir, I'm going to set your matter for a preliminary hearing on March 7th. I am going to release you through pretrial services. Standard conditions would be no, don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, no drugs, and commit no further crimes. I'm appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this matter. So you are being released, but you must appear at your next hearing on March 7th, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Vargas.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Michael William Vargas, sir.
Okay, you're here today on several different things. First, you have a warrant for your arrest out of Superior Court. You failed to appear. Judge Metzger set your bond at $500. First, does the state have a position on this warrant case?
Yes, Your Honor, based on his fails to appear, in addition, he did not report to pretrial services when he was released. He does have a high history of failing to appear. Also, his criminal history and the probation violations matters pending before city court. The bond will be requested for the $500 with pretrial service.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Vargas is given one more opportunity on pretrial services. These charges are non-violent, and he has his mother's support. If he were released, his mother would pick him up. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services.
Thank you. I'm going to set this matter for an arraignment on February the 21st. I'm going to affirm the bond set by Judge Metzger of $500. That'll be a cash secured bond. If released, it'll be, if he posts the bond, he'll be released through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply. I'm also appointing the Office of the Public Defender in this particular matter. Okay, sir, let's go on to your next case. You have charges of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. State wish to be heard on the new felony charges.
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, the state will move to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay, and I assume the defendant has no objection to that?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, we'll go on to the next case then. Then he has another case of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. What's the state's position on that matter?
And Your Honor, at this time, the state will move to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay, I'm going to dismiss. Oh, sorry. Dismiss that charge as well, sir. Now we need to talk about your Tucson City cases. Let me get those up and we'll talk about those. You have a number of files from the city of Tucson. Looks like you have warrants out of the city of Tucson for theft, criminal damage, or trespassing, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's also a petition to revoke in your file as well on your Tucson City case. On your Tucson City cases, I'm going to set this matter for a video review on the 25th. At 1:45 p.m. And if you are released, I'm going to set the matter for a hearing on the 19th of March at 2 p.m. Yes, I'll get to that. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $500 with standard release conditions. So your total bond on all your cases, sir, is $1,000.
And Judge, is the city public defender appointed on the misdemeanor?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Go for it, Holmes.
Yeah, she could go.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Mia Williford Holmes.
Okay, hi, you're here today. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of dangerous drugs for sale. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, I do.
All right. The state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. The state is recommending $15,000 of pretrial service. That will be the concern for the community at risk. The defendant is facing prison mandatory if convicted. The concern, Your Honor, is the defendant had multiple baggies, significant amount of different drugs, narcotics, and dangerous drugs. For that reason, Your Honor, based on the quantities, the differences in drugs, and the risk to the community, a bond is being recommended.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we're asking that Ms. Williford Combs is released to pretrial services. She was identified as a level 1 nonviolent, which is a nonviolent felony and the lowest level of supervision. She has confirmed housing. The charges were identified as nonviolent. She has ties to Tucson. And based on what I'm seeing on pretrial, it appears that she doesn't have any felony history at 45.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on February the 25th. I am going to set a secured bond, cash secured bond in the amount of $2,000. If that bond is posted, I'll direct she be supervised through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no firearms, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs, and remaining law-abiding, again, if released, supervised through pretrial services. So, ma'am, your next hearing is February the 25th. You must appear at that time. If you post the bond, if not, you'll be transported to that hearing. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. Judge, is the public defender appointed?
Yes, the public defender is appointed. Thank you.
Is that all?
Does the state have anything further this morning?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Anything from the public defender?